People clinging onto a plane for dear life, only to fall to their deaths. A suicide bombing. Chaos. That was Kabul 1 year ago, as the U.S. withdrew its troops from Afghanistan. That was, according to Joe Biden, a success.
20,000 people evacuated to safety. That number is more than double what most experts thought were possible. No nation has ever done anything like it in all of history. Only the United States had the capacity and the will and the ability to do it, and we did it today.
If Biden's disorderly withdrawal succeeded in doing anything, it was depriving the U.S. puppet government in Kabul of any chance to defend itself. In the run-up to the pullout, U.S. air support for the Afghan military was cut off. American troops abandoned Bagram Air Base without even warning the Afghan commander there. All the while, Washington knew the country's security forces would only be ready to act on their own no sooner than 2030. It's no surprise the Afghan military just cut and ran.
Special Inspector General for Afghanistan Reconstruction found that the single most important factor in the Afghan National Defense and Security Forces collapse in August 2021 was the U.S. decision to withdraw military forces and contractors from Afghanistan. These events destroyed forces morale.
In a matter of days, Kabul fell to the Taliban. Once it did, thousands of people were left behind. Afghan collaborators, even American citizens, to fend for themselves against Islamic fundamentalism.
The failure of senior Biden's administration leadership to plan for this fateful day resulted in a rushed evacuation of hundreds of thousands of Americans, third country nationals and Afghans. It left behind hundreds, possibly thousands of American citizens, tens of thousands of Afghan partners, and a legacy of American betrayal of allies. This failure of leadership cost US military personnel lives and has left tens of thousands behind to an uncertain fate under Taliban control.
It wasn't long before outrage ensued across the political spectrum in Washington.
President Biden's words today were hollow. One American left behind is one too many. The fact is, President Biden abandoned Americans in Afghanistan, leaving them at the mercy of the Taliban and ISIS-K.
The president made the morally indefensible decision to leave Americans behind. Dishonor was the president's choice. May history never forget this cowardice.
Although it is clear to me that we could not continue to put American service members in danger for an unwinnable war, I also believe that the evacuation process appears to have been egregiously mishandled.
I think it has been an unmitigated disaster of epic proportions. This is going to be a stain on this president and this presidency. I think he is going to have blood on his hands for what they did.
20 years of military occupation, over $2.3 trillion taxpayer dollars down the drain, hundreds of thousands of people killed. At the end of it all, U.S.-backed President Ashraf Ghani fled the country and was accused by Afghan officials of taking millions of dollars with him. The same man that Washington itself described as paranoid and undermining for morale. A year later, the U.S. still refuses to come to terms with its failure.